Imagine this. You're stepping down out of the sunlight
Yeah.
into this vast, dark subterranean world.
Mm.
Huge stone boxes just sitting there in silence under the Saqqara sand, frozen in time.
Quite a picture.
Yeah. So today we're doing a deep dive into the Serapeum of Saqqara. It's a place that, well, it really grabs your curiosity about ancient Egypt. Might even make you want to pack your bags.
Absolutely. We're going to dig into its history, look at the really fascinating features, and, tackle some of the big questions that still hang around this incredible spot.
Right. The idea is to give you a solid feel for the Serapeum, why it matters, what's so intriguing about it.
Exactly. And maybe spark that desire, like you said, to see it for yourself. We're drawing on archaeological work, field reports, and even some of the, let's say, lively discussions happening among Egypt enthusiasts.
Okay, sounds good. So let's start with the history. Where does the Serapeum fit in the timeline? When did it really become, a big deal?
Well, it certainly gained prominence during the reign of Amenhotep III.
Yeah.
That puts us around the mid-18th dynasty.
Okay.
But its origins, the idea behind it, connects to something much older. The burial of the sacred Apis bulls.
Ah, the Apis bulls. These weren't just ordinary cattle, were they? Far from it.
Not at all. They were considered the living manifestation of the god Ptah, a really important creator god, especially associated with Memphis, the ancient capital right near Saqqara.
Right.
And later, this belief evolved. The bulls also became linked with Osiris, the god of the afterlife. So you get this combined form, Ptah Saqqara Osiris.
Ptah Saqqara Osiris, that blending of gods. That's something we see elsewhere in Egyptian religion, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's called syncretism. It reflects how their understanding of the divine became more complex over time, combining aspects of different gods to represent bigger ideas like creation, death, and rebirth, all tied together.
And this focus on Ptah Saqqara Osiris, it wasn't just random timing with Amenhotep III.
No, it seems quite connected. His reign saw a lot of activity related to this. There was major building work at the Temple of Ptah down in Memphis. And crucially, development at the burial sites for the Apis bulls up in the area called the Wadi of Abu Sir. That's the precursor, really, to the grand Serapeum we're talking about.
Wadi of Abu Sir.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, a wadi is like a dry riverbed or valley.
Exactly. And the Serapeum itself sits about 1,200 meters south of the mouth of that wadi, so geographically quite specific.
Got it. So these underground tombs were there, but they were lost to time for a while. Who brought them back into the light?
That would be the French Egyptologist Auguste Mariette, a famous name. He excavated the Serapeum back in the early 1850s.
Right, Mariette.
His work uncovered this, well, frankly, astonishing underground complex, but the research didn't stop there. More recent work has focused on areas like the Lesser Vault.
Lesser vaults.
Yeah, another set of burial galleries. These were created later during the time of Ramesses II. That's the 19th dynasty.
Ramesses the Great. Wow. So centuries after Amenhotep III, they were still actively expanding it, still burying Apis bulls there.
Absolutely. It shows the enduring importance of this cult and this specific site for a very long time.
And its location wasn't accidental either, right? It was near a major route.
That's right. It was situated close to a processional way that linked the city of Memphis and Ptah's main temple there directly to the Serapeum.
So not some hidden secret spot, but very much a part of the religious landscape people would have known.
Integrated, definitely. A key destination for important religious ceremonies centered around the Apis bull.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. If you were to visit today, if you, our listener, were to go down into the Serapeum, what are the things that really hit you? What stands out?
Oh, the first thing is just the scale. You descend these stairs into darkness, and the chambers are huge, carved right out of the rock. It's immediately impressive.
And then the sarcophagi.
Yes. These absolutely colossal stone boxes. We're talking granite, Aswan granite, often incredibly hard stone. And they are massive. Some weigh upwards of 70 tons, maybe more. And the precision. The surfaces are smooth. The lids fit perfectly. It's just staggering.
70 tons. And you see these things lined up in the galleries. It makes you immediately ask, how? How on earth did they do that?
Exactly. How did they carve them with such precision, move these multi-ton objects, and then lower them down into these subterranean galleries and position them?
And our sources, the texts, the reliefs,
Right.
they don't exactly give us a step-by-step guide, do they?
No, they really don't. The specific construction techniques, the engineering involved, that's not detailed in the information we have from the ancient Egyptians themselves, at least not for the Serapeum specifically.
And that silence, that lack of explanation for something so, well, Monumental and precise. That's where the mystery deepens, isn't it?
It absolutely contributes to the enigma of the place. Moving something that heavy above ground is a challenge. Moving it underground through passages, it's mind-boggling.
And the uniformity, too. They aren't all identical, but there's a certain scale and style that seems consistent for many of them. Why so big? Why so uniform, apparently?
That's another good question. While the archaeological evidence, like the stelae found nearby dedicated to individual bulls, strongly points to this being their burial place.
Right, the primary function seems clear.
The sheer scale and the craftsmanship have definitely led people to wonder if there was more to it, or perhaps a different original purpose.
Okay, so let's touch on that. Without getting lost in pure speculation, what kind of alternative ideas sometimes get floated around when people talk about the Serapeum, acknowledging these aren't the mainstream views?
Well, you sometimes hear theories suggesting maybe it wasn't originally for bulls, perhaps some other unknown function, or ideas about lost ancient technologies being involved to explain the construction feats.
Like advanced machining or something.
That kind of thing gets mentioned in some circles, yes. But again, it's really crucial to stress these ideas are speculative. They aren't based on the direct archaeological evidence found at the site or supported by the broader context of Egyptian funerary practices.
So important to separate the evidence-based understanding, the Apis bull necropolis, from the more, let's say, fringe theories born out of the genuine puzzle of the construction.
Exactly. The archaeological consensus is quite clear on its function as a burial site for these sacred animals. The how remains debated, but the what is fairly well established.
Okay, so bearing all this in mind, the history, the confirmed purpose, the mind-bending construction, the lingering questions, why should someone make the effort to visit the Serapeum if they're in Egypt?
Because it's unlike almost anything else you'll see. It's a chance to physically enter a major religious site dedicated to animal veneration on a colossal scale.
It's visceral then.
Absolutely. Walking through those cool, dark galleries, standing next to one of those enormous sarcophagi, it's powerful. It really makes you think. It gives you a tangible connection to the past, to the beliefs and the capabilities of these ancient people in a way reading about it just can't replicate.
And it's not in isolation either. You're in Saqqara.
Precisely. You're in one of the richest archaeological sites on the planet. The Serapeum is part of the vast Saqqara necropolis. You've got the step pyramid of Djoser nearby, countless tombs from different periods.
So a visit there is part of a much bigger picture of Egyptian history.
Definitely. Visiting the Serapeum enriches your understanding of Saqqara as a whole, and Saqqara is fundamental to understanding ancient Egypt. It encourages you to dig deeper, pardon the pun.
Okay, so let's try and sum up. What's the key thing you want people to take away from our deep dive into the Serapeum today?
I think the main takeaway is that the Serapeum of Saqqara is this incredible testament to the complexity of ancient Egyptian religion, specifically how they honored sacred animals through monumental burial.
A unique window into their beliefs.
Yes, and its mysteries, especially around the construction, just continue to intrigue us. It invites you to ponder the sheer ingenuity, the resources, the motivation of the people who built it.
Well said. So if exploring ancient enigmas and literally walking through history sounds like your kind of thing, you should seriously think about putting the Serapeum of Saqqara on your list.
It offers a truly unique glimpse into a fascinating corner of the ancient world. You won't forget it.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As you consider the Serapeum, reflect on how different cultures throughout time have shown reverence for the animal world.
And think about the enduring power of these sacred places to just spark wonder and curiosity in us, even millennia later. What other hidden histories, maybe even grander or stranger, might still be out there, just waiting beneath our feet?